Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be playing JToH but different sizes. And we're going to be doing the smaller towers today. So we're going to be covering some of the scale towers that were scaled to a larger size in a later video. But today we're going to be doing the ones for a smaller size. So here we are in the Tower of Heck. It's normal. And you know how I can tell that it's normal? Because the size of these parts don't look any distorted in any way. As you can see, it is clearly 4 stud by 1 stud by 1 stud. Now, you all know this one. If you do not know this, what are you doing? Now, as you move on to the smaller size, right here, this is 0.875 times the Tower of Heck. So, we shrunk it by, I don't know, but I think it's like 12.5%. And how can you tell this? Well, when you look at these platforms, they look a little bit distorted, almost like unfinished. So, that's how you can tell that the platforms have gotten smaller and that the tower itself is smaller. That skip is super easy now. If you don't know about that skip, watch a Tower of Heck speedrun. By the way, the size of the frame is 87.5 studs in this. So we have all this. Why is it? Oh, never mind. And yeah, the tower is pretty normal. Client objects are a bit messed up. That's my fault. Sorry about that. I might fix that. I probably won't. But yeah, it's Tower of Heck, but it's 0.875. You're not really going to notice many differences, other than some of the skips, like this one, are a lot easier. But anyways, we're going to move on to an even smaller version. This is 75% of the Tower of Heck. So we have a 75 by 75 by 75 frame. And you can see that the parts are about 75% of what they were. You can do high jump skips more easy now. So why don't we check out the meme room right here. It doesn't really look that much smaller, but you can't really tell the difference. Also, there should be like a corner flip somewhere here, but I guess. Anyways, another thing that I want to point out is this truss right here. This one actually. Do you know why we have this little bit of space over here? Well, that's because trusses are supposed to be, each individual truss is 2 by 2 by 2. So you can't really make it smaller, and so it ends up just less truss parts, and that's why we get that gap, and also why we get that part. Also, I want to show you these wraps right here, because these wraps are supposed to be pretty difficult for a hard tower, but now they're not even wraparounds, they're just regular jumps. I mean, you can do a wraparound, but you're better off just like jumping onto it. Here, I messed up the client object, sorry about that. Super easy. Probably could do that too. The outside section right here. You're better off doing a wraparound or going to here and then walking to there than like actually doing the whole thing, because that's super easy. It's like 5 stud wrap now. And also the slide has become dangerous. So as you can see, oh, if I were to do the slide, I'd fall off. So what you do is, as you walk onto the slide, jump, and go right here. And then do this part normally. And you're on to floor 9. And you have the wind pad that's supposed to be down there, but is instead up here because I made a mistake. Unlike in this one, where I realized that I have to combine the COs where they should be with where the regular stuff should be. But anyways, this is a 0.5 of Tower of Heck, and you can just climb on there. And look how easy. I can't, like, this part right here, this wraparound, it's easier to jump than to actually do that. I didn't even realize you could do that skip until now, but I guess you can. Excuse me. So if I'm right here, look how easy all these skips have become. It's in fact become so easy that it's impossible to get inside of here unless you do this glitch. But for some reason, this one, oh, I guess you can't, not anymore. La 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 la. Okay. We move on to Tower of Keyboard Eating. There's a couple of sections that I want to check out, but it's regular Tower of Keyboard Eating. What are you going to expect from it? Nothing. If you haven't played this tower, what are you doing? Go play the tower. Or you could play it here and use the no clip to just fly around and like practice most of the sections, because Gamander is a legend and he actually made the client object scripts work. We have the snake right here. Hello, Mr. Snake. You've all probably seen him. He's pretty iconic. We have this horrible jump right here on floor 3. You all probably know it, but you all probably don't think it's that bad. More head hitters. Head hitters. You know them. I want to see how they get worse as time goes on. Also, I figured out you could do a skip to there. And finally, we have this section right here. I think all know it. It's the final tightrope and the final jump. Okay, but anyways, you should all know what that is. We go down to 0.875. And as you can already see, the platforms look a little bit distorted. As you can see, right here, it looks like there's a little bit more space than there should be. Look how easy that skip has become. I don't notice any difference right now, but it does look pretty normal to me. Probably because the proportions are all messed up. Our proportions are still the same. They're not messed up, actually. But you can't really notice anything. If it is that severe, then please let me know and tell me if I am wrong. 0.75 studs. We get even smaller now. And I would like to start off by saying, look how small this is. And you have the tiniest of cutoffs right there. The snakes are now 3 by 3 by 3 parts. They're made up of that. And then this jump right here, oh my. As I was saying, this jump right here is super easy now. You could probably do it without that platform. And as I said, you can. The head hitters, they're getting worse, but they're possible. You can probably do about 2 at a time and you'll be fine. This part, you can do it, but it's getting harder. Rope does look a little bit smaller actually at this point, but it's not really that bad. I think the real issue right now there is that stud. But this ladder is probably like super easy. And that jump is super easy. But now, we have one final challenge. 0.5 Tower of Keyboard Eating. This looks like a toy. I am not joking. I look like I am playing with toys. And also you could do this funny skip right here. And then you can jump straight to the second snake. This jump is finally really easy. That's exactly what I wanted when playing this tower. Okay, you can somehow do those head hitters, but I don't know how to. Also, I think that X pusher is now really hard to push. Anyways, to this section. You could, like, let it carry you for the most part. This skip right here, I bet you it's, like, crazy easy now. it's definitely a lot smaller. I wouldn't say necessarily harder, but I would say smaller. Smaller does not mean harder. And finally, we will go to Tower of Impossible Expectations. You should know this tower by now. If not, what are you doing? Yada yada yada. You all know everything in this tower. We go smaller. And it looks pretty similar. I think that's the deal with the 0.875. It's supposed to look pretty similar, but I think it's that you can just notice some slight it's really in the nuances when it comes to 0.875. This section would be very fun to do, so I'm gonna try it. It's also probably harder because you have these stuff a little bit smaller. Big step. But yeah, it looks pretty much the same. I mean, we have this one jump on floor 9. Except that is a lot more difficult. Just regular size, my bad. Anyways, we go to this one. It's getting even smaller. You can see more differences. You can do more skips. That's how it really works. I think this part's gotten a lot harder. So now you have very little room to work with. Flory outside. I mean, it gets easier because the distance between the spinners aren't that bad. And I don't really have the kill bricks with me, so I can't really say much. Other than, like... Okay. But if we go down here... You can walk this now. So finally, as you go here, we get to the smallest version of TOIE that I created, which is 0.5. And as you can see, things have really gotten small. And you can just skip it like that. Skip it like that. That. I could probably beat this in a legitimate run pretty easily. I don't think I'll have that much trouble, except for this part right here was just gonna give me a lot of trouble. But I did find something very funny. Never mind, I don't think I can do it anymore. Nonetheless, outside section, pretty normal. It's just a lot smaller now. And you could just skip it like that. But, like, the one that we want to test out the most. And you could do it like that. It's so easy that you can just do that now. This is all walking, I'm pretty sure. And then this is supposed to be like a kill brick maze or something. But, too easy. Whee! So that was JToH. But, the towers have shrunk. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, love, and joy.